All right. Okay, it should be up now. Okay, right. Right. Okay. Need to do stuff before I do anything else. Link stream first of all. First of all. Don't have that like that. You know that's not how that works. No. Okay. How many times will I have to catch myself before I actually learn? Okay. We do not have too much. We don't have time to waste here, but well, we do. But here, that okay. Let's just mess with the bracket a tiny bit more. But that doesn't seem. Right. Seeds have been shuffled. We seem to be good to go. That's yeah. That should be okay. Okay. So now that we're waiting for Blaze for another 10 minutes, we should probably get the first round underway. So that'll be Moo versus Blaze. This is best of three. Oh, we can't do that match. We'll skip that match, is what we'll do. And we'll go to our second match. We'll pause that. Chev and Contractioner. Okay. Contractioner's here. All we're doing now is waiting for Chev, and then we'll get this round underway. Contractioner is a relatively new player. They were in the 500k tournament yesterday, and they did fairly well. Though their ships do seem to be a little bit weaker than the average ship in competitive now, but for a new player, they're doing extremely well for themselves. Though Chev is a more experienced player, so I would bet on them winning, but I certainly do hope Contractioner wins their first round. We'll see what they bring. And we have to do bands as well. Right. Whoops. Who is the higher seed? So Chev is the high seed. So okay. So no deck cannons for Contractioner, and Contractioner gets to ban a different weapon, so Chev is not able to use that. This rule is in place to stop people, to actually allow people to plan around their enemy without knowing exactly what they're going to bring. It allows a little bit more choice in regards to stuff like, say, if you want to bring a certain ship and it has one really big counter, you can just ban the weapon, and that counter doesn't exist anymore. But at the same time, that person might ban the ship you're bringing, so you need to plan accordingly. And Constructioners ban Disruptors. That's actually a good pick if you're going against anything like a wall, or even on some ions. Chev can't bring Electro Bolters, and Contractioner can't bring Deck Cannons. Don't apologize to your opponent. That's not how that works. You're here to win. You're not here to play pity. Well, I suppose if you want to be a good sport. Right, so the match is underway. But it's good to be a good sport either way. Even if you're here to win, you can be nice at the same time. So, Contractioner has brought an Ion Ram. It's actually pretty okay. The shields are ran in a unique way that I haven't seen before. It has disruptors, that's fine. No deck cannon, so that's perfectly fine. And on Chev's side, he's brought a TB rail with a unicorn horn. There is no disruptor, so he is able to go with that as well. He has a horn that stops rammers from getting in close. He'll simply put that in their way, and it'll stop them from using their hooks to turn the TB rail. He also has how many TBs? It has 8 TB, and it means he'll be able to flip the enemy. And this unicorn horn should make it a lot more difficult for Contractioner to get an effective attack, just like that. And now Chev turns, and that's more or less GG instantly. The entire weapon system on Contractioner ship is gone. Yeah, and there's the other shot, and that's GG. And because it's best of 3, they get to go again. Okay, so Chev has banned deck cannons again, stopping Contractioner from using their deck cannon traps that they've been using in multiplayer for the last while. I ended up running into them a few days ago in a match where they had three deck cannon traps, and it was actually fairly effective against ships that weren't able to outrun it while carrying one. Contractioner is really psyching himself out on this pick. I don't blame him for his first official tournament. Yeah, maybe Contractioner wasn't aware that it was his time to ban by the look of that. Okay, so the round is ready to go again. So Chev has won once. Contractioner has brought the same ion rammer. It looks a little bit low on thrust, has a rather wide core, but it has a lot of DPS. Just a little bit of an observation. These disruptors seem to be completely useless though, looking at it at a second time. If they shoot, they'll only hit the side of the core. They won't be able to hit out whatsoever, so he'll have to detach the armor head, which is very narrowly attached. And Chev has brought the same TB horn. Same TB rail with the unicorn horn, so it's not looking well for Contractioner here. Doesn't have enough turning to trust to resist ATBs either. That was a nice maneuver though, getting around the hook. As long as he doesn't lose ramp up on these thrusters, he's fine. Some mines going along the side as well. From Chev. Yeah, the pushing is getting a little bit much for Contractioner's ship there. He can't handle shots to the side. He only has about 2 layers of protection there. And there's a mine. Oh, that was close. But the rails, yeah. Yeah, there's just no way to put up with that amount of pressure on an ion ship. That's GG. And Chev wins 2-0. Our next match is actually a really stacked match for the first round. Well, okay, it's Plous and Luna next. I will get them in here in just a moment. No, not Chev and Luna. Plous and Luna. What am I saying? Right, Plous is here. They've won many of their own tournaments. They have taken part in many tournaments before as well, probably about 4 or 5 at this point. They're a relatively strong player. They're probably one of the best active players right now. Very same as Luna. Luna specializes in the ions, so they'll have a little bit more pressure under this rule set. This rule set forces players to diversify their ships to the point where they can't deal with. So how do I word this? This rule set forces people to what's it called? Diversify their rule set ship sets, so they can't just stick to one like Luna does with ions, or Angel with avoiders, for example. Yeah, Angel is a player that's just completely specializes in avoiders, just for an example. But this rule set forces them out of that comfort zone. Okay, so Luna's banned rails, and Plous has banned high explosive missiles. I don't understand, but whatever floats his boat, I suppose. Luna mainly brings ions, so I presume Plous has a tool to deal with ions if he's choosing HE missiles. Alright, so the match is about to begin. Plous has brought an Alpha Chain Gun Rammer, the very devastating archetype if used properly. And Luna has brought an Armored Nuke Orbiter. How many nukes is that? That's 16 nukes. That could completely devastate the chain gun more. Oh, Alpha chain gun if it's used properly, but alpha chain guns are just designed to destroy ships within seconds before they can even remotely engage back. This is not looking good for Luna. As long as those shields stay up to land a decent hit, though, it could work in their favor. Luna is making their way up to the top. I don't. They're trying to get a vertical angle on Plous, which I'm not entirely sure what it accomplishes aside from bringing it closer to the rod and maybe towards the rock. But Plous is turning on the chain guns and engaging now. Luna's nuke's getting stuck on the structure there, and the entire payload's lost. I think Plous has just won it in that one moment. Yeah, that's GG because Luna wasted their nukes on the structure horns. And in this case, plous is probably playing in such. Oh no, it's actually a very interesting strategy. But I'll leave it at that until the end, just to have no commentator assisted wins here. And plous has brought a spinner squib trap, and Luna has brought a chain gun rammer. This is a disaster. If Luna ever gets in range of the spinner, the squib will immediately get behind them and do devastating damage. But if Luna chooses to chase the squib, it'll simply just run back to the spinner. So whatever space the spinner is in, that is permanent space gain for plous, no matter the situation. Even if Luna rushes the spinner, the small ship will just simply run around and just devastate the back of the ship, and that'll be the end of the fight. So this is a very dangerous situation. All Luna could really hope for is either stalling for the rod or just getting really lucky and scooping up the squib before getting shot. It's gonna be a long 9 minutes if Luna's waiting for the rod, though. I mean, I'm not sure if I want to wait 8.5 minutes, but if that's what you're gonna do, Plous could also be moving his spinner to the middle of the arena right now by ramming a squib into it. Or he could simply just toggle the thrusters on and off to make it fly forward. Yep, there it is. Using a multi-brain tactic to move the ship while it is spinning. Oh, he's shooting a rock. Does Plous have enough ammo to just shoot the rock for 8 minutes? Maybe. He might. Okay, Luna is moving forward with the chain guns on, ready for an engagement. Plous hasn't targeted his spinner yet. I don't think he has time to target the spinner actually. So that's going to be actually that could actually be really bad for Plous if he's not able to get around quick enough. But in the same way, nope. Okay, so Luna has just completely devastated the spinner before the squib could capitalize. That's absolutely devastating for Plous. Though Luna has no ammo to kill the squib. But it will only be a matter of time before Plous loses that too. Alright, so, okay, Plous nearly. Wow, okay, that was some great piloting by Plous. Nearly getting behind without a spinner to assist. Twice now, actually. It's just that Luna doesn't have any ramp up to contest the sheer speed of the squib. Is plous going? Oh wow, that's very close to chain gun fire. Is plous just waiting for the ROD? Okay, plous getting behind again, but not being able to capitalize with these large cannons. He doesn't have a lot of shots to spare either, which is not good for him. With the way he's shooting his cannons right now, he may not have many shots left. Oh, that's not good at all. Plous lost his engine room, so he only has, well, equivalent of half of the thrust. Yeah, and there he goes. But the spinner is still alive at the center, even if it's missing all of its weapons. But plous forfeits, and Luna wins that fight. I'm fairly certain that's 1-1. Blaze should be with me now in a moment, I think.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Blaze.
Thank you. I apologize for being so late. There was a freak accident on the highway. I could not have predicted that.
Yeah, there's no worries. I believe it's one. Yeah, no, it's 1-1 at the minute, so this should be the final match.
Oh, so it's Luna versus Plous, correct?
Yep, that's right. It's very,
Fantastic.
it's very early in the tournament for a match like this.
Yeah, we have two of our best players in the community going head to head. You got sparks flying all over the place, I imagine.
Yep. Well, now they have banned HE and Rails. The first time Luna banned Rails, Plous brought chain gun rammer. So I'm not sure if Luna has anything to combat it.
She has since then diversified her fleet, so I wouldn't be surprised if she managed to pull something out.
Well, the
Last
match.
time we made such a remark, we thought she didn't have any walls, and she came with a flak wall, so maybe she has something new.
Well, maybe, but let's see how it goes. Luna has brought a chain gun rammer, the very same one that she brought last round. And Plous has brought a cannon swarm. This is not good. Luna is completely outgunned here. Luna makes. If Luna attempts to grab up a few, there will be immediately like 7 other cannon swarmers directly behind her. So this is not going to be. This is either going to be quick or Luna may be able to get up just enough to be able to avoid shots to her flank, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, especially considering that because of that flat shape at the front, even if she catches a few of them, they might get stuck on the corners of her vessel, and she's gonna have a hard time funneling them down in front of her barrel.
That's true, but her barrel is a massive cavity, so there is a chance if she rotates her ship quick enough, she'll be able to force them in.
Mm-hmm. That sounds very much like something she'll do. Well, she's clearly showing some respect for the swarm as she's flying away.
Yep. Plous does not want to fly around the rocks because they absolutely cripple swarms without absolute perfect piloting.
Yeah, there's no reason for Plous to go after her. He can just hold the center and wait until Luna makes a move. Ideally, she'd want to come in at an angle to try to orbit around the entire swarm and scoop up a few of them.
That is going to be very unlikely though, because the swarmers that Plous is using, even without boost, are faster than Luna.
Yep. Well, I guess I'll just have to spin for her life and hope that none of the swarm vessels manage to get glued to her rear.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be a game of gambling, but Luna has a sustained fire weapon, so that won't work either. That's three groups of four, six, and four. No, four, five, and six. I'm not sure why it's split up in that order.
Probably misclicked and added one of the squibs to another group.
That might be it.
Ideally for Luna right now, she, like I said, probably try to make some maneuver to try to orbit around or get close enough to one of the swarms and bait plows into boosting early, then try to lead them away. That way, the two packs of swarms that are further out will burn out their boost before they get to her, and she can then try to manage that single first group. Like, whatever happens,
Uh,
she's going to have to find some way of baiting plows into making a mistake.
yeah, but that's unlikely with the skill that Plous has and the sheer versatility of his skill set.
The ring of death is closing, and Plaus is beginning to box Luna on the edge.
Yeah, this is not good at all.
Like, if Luna decides to go up or down now, that swarm is just going to be a wall that she has to get through somehow.
It's like a naval blockade almost. Luna is ramping up her guns ahead of time. This is not. Oh, I understand. Plous is trying to drain her ammo before he even engages. Okay, so first engagement. There is about. Yeah, no, that's a disaster.
Yeah, Luna is right in the middle of that pack of sharks with a swarm on her left, right, and in front of her.
And there's a swarmer directly behind Luna now that's just taking pot shots on her thrusters. There's another hit. Though Luna is doing fairly okay in regards to scooping them up one by one.
As soon as Plaus loses that boost, if he hasn't done significant damage, Luna may be able to destroy enough of them to make a mad difference.
Maybe. But Plous is kind of just throwing all of his swarmers into the maw of Luna. Oh, but there's
He's lost
one.
what? About like a third or a fourth of his squibs?
Yeah. And Luna's thrusters on the back are not looking good.
Yeah, looks like a part of it got cut off, so if this gets dragged out for long enough, she will no longer be able to use those thrusters.
Her control room is already exposed.
Ooh, that's really sketchy.
Yep, and now the other one's exposed too.
She's gotta keep spinning, that's all she can do at this point.
Plous may direct control one of these to get a direct hit, and Plous got one of the two control rooms. And there's a reactor. That's GG.
GG's, well played.
Yep, Blaze, I was postponing your match because your one was the very first one. We can now run through yours.
Sounds good to me.
Did he check in, actually? Moo has not checked in, so there is a chance you may get a buy.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate. Moo is a new player, and it would have been nice to see what they had to bring.
Yeah, but we will give him until 37. So we'll give him 2 minutes to arrive, otherwise we will be cancelling your match and you will get a bye.
Rift still needs to fight against Dreadnought, so we could maybe do that fight first instead.
We could. You know, that's most likely the better solution. Okay, so instead of running this match, we're going to run Rift and Dreadnought. Okay, Rift is here, and now we're waiting for Dreadnought.
Yeah, just one more. By the way, have any of these players used the deck cannons or something of the like so far?
Deck cannons have been banned quite a lot, actually.
I'm not surprised. They are currently quite powerful with the Rebalance mod.
Yeah, it's either been deck cannons or railed recently. There hasn't been any mine bans whatsoever so far.
If Tapeable was here, he'd take full advantage of that. He went so far in one of our previous tournaments and got second place just by
Yeah,
playing Rails.
there's there's quite a few rail bans here because Luna was banning them continually because they were just running ions. But every time Luna banned rails, Plous would just bring something else to counter the rammers.
Yeah, if you don't bring your Rails, you can always just use something like an ultralight nuke orbiter or cannon swarms that we just saw in that last match.
He brought a spinner squib as well that just Luna actually bet the spinner squib because Plous wasn't paying attention and untargeted Luna.
Oh, too bad I wasn't there to see that. Must have been awesome.
Yeah, Luna just rushed in. The spinner wasn't shooting, so Luna just got a free attack while Plous wasn't direct controlling the squib. So the squib didn't have any ramp up, so I wasn't able to capitalize on the ram.
I see.
Okay, who is our first ban? Our first ban is Rift. Yep, there's another rail ban.
Yeah, I guess people just don't want to deal with those rail traps or spinner squids with rails or
Huh.
tractor beam rail fans. There are just so many powerful archetypes that use rails that it's a smart choice.
Yeah. Also, Plous exclusively banned high explosive missiles against Luna.
Really, that's unusual considering that Luna mostly uses ions.
It was probably a choice to make Luna use her rammers rather than going off. To basically induce something he knew she was able to use well, so she would automatically take that choice and just continually counter that over and over.
Hey, those are some good mind games right there.
Well, that's my thought process on it anyway. I wouldn't be banning high explosive missiles. Okay, Rift has brought a deck cannon rammer. It has a sensor, so it gets the benefits of the higher range.
And still has
And
Dreadnought.
yeah, the
That's
only
a lot of deck cannons of Dreadnought.
yeah,
Shit, hot damn. That's 11 of them.
there is 9 on the Rift ship. It has more armor and it has 6 nukes.
Yeah, the advantage of Luna's ship right now is that even if she's stuck in a
Oh,
ram, if she forces a
that's
spin,
Rift.
those nukes can arc around and hit the Dreadnought's rammer from behind.
Yeah, I'd say Rift ship here has the upper hand, though it depends on how the ram lines up.
Something else we should probably describe to the viewers is that with the Rebalance mod, you're now seeing in PvP players adding sensors to their vessel, as it adds an increase in projectile speed and range for the deck cannons when activated. However, it comes with the cost of 25% reduction in damage per second, which means that deck cannons are more versatile at long range, while also being able to keep that characteristic of being able to fire relatively consistently at close range.
Oh, we've seen literally no MRTs so far, which is a shame.
It is sad to see that, but I'm not too surprised, as for the last few weeks we've seen the community experiment and try to add MRTs in any shape and form, but because of how long it takes to ramp them up and how quickly they lose ramp up time, shoot thrusters are still the superior option for now, apparently.
That seems to be the case.
Both of these players here being extremely cautious. They're just like playing a ring around the rosy, flying around these asteroids,
Yeah,
not going at each other yet.
I would imagine Rift is faster, so they get the control when the fight starts.
I just realized something else that I really like about Dreadnought's
Oh, Rift is
design.
fired.
Dreadnought has boosters on the rear of his ship, so he can quickly rotate when needed, which may come very handy against those nukes if they try to arc around.
Yeah, but that will expose him to the ram, which is not very good at all.
Something I also take note of, Rift appears to have crew issues. I mean, a couple of those deck cannons were offline, but now they're back online once again.
Oh, it's them. Rift is intentionally doing that to use the operators to speed up the reload of the deck cannons.
Oh. Yeah, another nuke volley flies by and misses.
What Rift has done is that she has put the supply priority higher than the operate priority, so it draws crew from the deck cannon itself to reload.
For certain weapons, like nukes, that's viable, but I'm not sure if it's such a good idea for deck cannons because it's really cutting down on how often they can fire. Because even though they're filled with ammo, the operators are just leaving instead of firing.
Yeah.
But Dreadnought is not focusing his
Oh,
fire
look at that.
enough and is not able to go through the armor, and Rift has already put a big dent in the front of Dreadnought's armor.
Yeah, there was some poor targeting on Rift's nuke there.
Yeah, it looks like she's mostly focusing on trying to land her deck cannon shells, but that last volley got us a nice hit.
What I'm currently wondering is why neither of them are turning off their sensors to get that DPS increase right now. Standard deck cannons would be much more effective in this ram situation.
Not exactly. If it was a ram where they were both locked in, it would be the case, but because they're orbiting, deck cannons have a slow projectile speed and it would probably be spread out across the front. Whilst if they're activating, as we can see, Rift shells going a lot faster than Dreadnoughts, if they're activating the sensor boost, Rift can focus fire those shells even if the rate of fire has been reduced, which means she's getting through that front armor faster than Dreadnought can.
Though Dreadnought is also using the rebalance cannons, so
I think he toggled. At one point, his shells were going slower than Rift's.
maybe the case.
Oh yeah, Dreadnought now
Yeah,
has
there's the toggle.
that deck cannon is exposed on Dreadnought's ship. One more volley will
Oh,
get
there's
through.
nukes on the back thruster.
That was a nice arc around from Rift.
Yeah, now this is where you want to toggle it. That fire rate increases serving Dread very well here.
Oh, Luna has huge logistics issues on her deck cannons. They're all out
Yeah,
of ammo. I mean, it's really interesting to see is half of them appear to just be out of ammo and the other half still have plenty in their storage, but
yeah. Well,
Dreadnought
that's
makes it through? Hot damn!
Not quite. It's a best of three.
No, I mean, yeah, no, he wins this round, but I'm just surprised he made it through Rift's armor first,
Yeah.
while Rift for so long was holding the lead. Well played. I guess that's the cost of trying to save some credits by making so that you don't have as much crew for your deck cannons and try to light operators to resupply as well.
Yep. Well, Rift has banned deck cannons in response to losing with them. Dreadnought is still banning KG missiles, which I'm still not entirely understanding.
Considering that deck cannons right now are quite powerful with the rebalance mod, HE missiles are a decent counter, especially since most of these rammers have their rear exposed. So maybe he just doesn't want to deal with the risk of not being able to dodge them.
That might be the case, but there are still options to deal with missiles even if you're using a deck cannon rammer. But nevertheless, let's go again.
Round 2, we are now on match point for Rift. If she wins, Dreadnought is dropped out. I mean, no, the opposite. If Rift loses, she's dropped out and Dreadnought moves on.
Dreadnought has brought a chain gun rammer, and Rift has brought a TB rail with a horn.
This is going to be quite rough for Dreadnought, as with that horn, Rift can completely stop Dreadnought from securing the ram and then flip him easily.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Dread.
However, if Dreadnought somehow manages to secure that ram, chain guns have such a ridiculous amount of DPS that he's going to shred through Rift's ship. It's just all going to come down to that initial ram. Whatever happens then is going to decide the rest of the game.
So it seems Dreadnought's probably just going to stall for ROD at this point. Just from the text alone. Or Dreadnought may just immediately charge in for a ram, but that would be very risky on its own right.
If he does so, he's going to have to try to aim his chain. Oh wait, something he could do. He could have ramped up his chain guns a lot sooner and target that explosive charge. As that full ramp up, wow, Rift did not manage to secure that volley.
Too fast of a turn.
See, I was just saying, at maximum ramp up, those chain guns could probably shred through the armor that's protecting the explosive charge, thus removing the horn, and it would leave him an opening.
Dreadnought does not know how to turn them off once they start firing, though, by the looks of it.
And Luna fires her rails a little too
Yeah.
early and completely misses.
Okay, there's a Rift's actual hit there.
I think Rift might have turned her rails on fire at will, or like infinite fire, which explains why they're just constantly firing. And here we have the horn coming in play, stopping Dreadnought from securing the ramp.
Yeah. That
But
horn.
Rift is not ready. She can't punish.
Rift just shot a little bit too early there. Rift can shoot now. And take
That
out his
armor
champion.
coming in clutch.
The ramp up is not working out in Dreadnought's favor here. Oof. Narrowly avoiding the reactor shot.
Yeah, these are so many rail volleys that should have, by their own right, completely annihilated Dreadnought's ship, but he must have some kind of angel on his side because they have narrowly missed his reactor by a single tile at that.
Yeah. I think Rift targeted the reactor itself, which is not very effective because it allows a lot more deviation on the rails themselves. And there's the hit, and that's GG.
Yeah, well played. 1 point to each player. They'll be moving on for a third and final match.
1-1. Nobody uses deck cannons now. Oh, we need to ask, is Blaze audio okay?
Mm, yeah, let's ask the people watching.
Okay, so Rift has brought the same TB rail, and Dreadnought has brought a TB chain gun rammer, sacrificing an engine room for 4 tractor beams and barrel defense.
I've yet to see a chain gun rammer with tractor beams, so I'm curious to find out how this will work out.
Hmm.
Because those explosive charges are exposed, whereas they could have been placed behind those small shields. So Rift could just aim for them and completely remove the hooks. But with the tractor beams, maybe Dreadnought won't have so many issues of getting flipped over.
It might be it. But I feel Rift has the upper hand here either way. Just the sheer power of tractor beams relative to what Dreadnought has.
Yeah, Rift this time deciding to remove the horn straight off the bat. Probably has also figured out that she can eliminate those hooks with not much trouble.
Yeah, they're not very well defended, unfortunately, for Dreadnought. Oh, something interesting about that ship. It has double stacked side shields.
Yeah, I just saw that, which is unusual, but he has a lot of defense.
That's true. This format does not seem to attract as many players as a normal tournament.
Well, it's again, any use of mods makes it so people feel like they have to spend more time designing new ships. And vanilla will always be more popular. But what's great about this tournament is that we're trying to test out features that may or may not be added to the main game.
That is true. It could be treated as like a testing branch, for example. Oof.
Something we haven't seen yet is even like some features such as mines that everybody usually bans because they're so powerful. Their graphics have been improved, and now it's not so hard to see them anymore. Oh, Rift spins too quickly and is not able to completely shut down Dreadnought in that spin.
Yeah. Is I'm not sure what Dreadnought is attempting to do there.
If I were Dreadnought right now, I would detonate the charges, as without that first hook, he can no longer secure a ram, and that's just giving Rift more
Look at that.
leverage. And that's the perfect flip, but
But
Rift already fired.
yeah, maybe Rift can shoot now. Too late.
Yeah, just impacts harmlessly against the armor with all those small shields covering it.
Yeah, maybe Rift could aim for the barrel, but there's only 4 large shields there.
Yeah, going back to something else you were saying from the previous match, it looks like Dreadnought doesn't know or is just deciding not to shut down the chain guns while they're firing, as he just went through an entire clip.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the plan is there.
However, from all this firing, oh wait,
There's a
actually,
nice
he's got a
turn.
shot.
Oh, too fast.
Yeah, Rift has so much armor to protect those rails that they're constantly impacting against those columns of armor.
It just seems like a design flaw, in all honesty. Wow, there goes half of his thrusters.
Yeah, I think at this point it's only going to be a matter of time until Rift just flips Dreadnought and just takes one last pop shot.
There it
There we
is.
go.
The
With
reactors
those
work with the focus,
thrusters, it was
though.
not going to go zero any other way.
No, they're not. The reactor is. The control room is literally just one block out of the explosion radius and is now on fire, so that's not going to last very long.
And
Then,
he decides to forfeit, granting Rift the victory. Well played.
and that's GG. And I will mark that in the bracket and we'll move on to our next match. Rift 2, Dreadnought 1. Okay, we're gonna As Moo has not decided to show up, I will ping them once more.
Moo is now appearing online on Discord, so I'm hoping they'll respond.
We'll see. Maybe Moo believed that daylight saving times were in effect because they're in Europe and thought the tournament was an hour later than it was.
It's possible. With all these players coming from different time zones, you never know.
So, Moo does not seem like he is here. So, we are going to consider him not part of the tournament anymore, and you will get a free buy, unfortunately.
Which means that I will instead be fighting Chev now.
Yep, that's right. I'll ping you the tournament announcements. I do not appreciate Moo signing up and then completely forgetting about the tournament, in all honesty.
Yeah, I guess it comes with the game. Every
So,
tournament, you always have some players that just don't show up.
thing is, Moo is online and in Cosmos here right now, so maybe they're just starting up the game? We will give them a few more moments to join the game, just in case. But if not, we will move on. Alright, let's get the round underway.
Yep, already said it. It's sad that Moo won't show up as they were fresh blood. It would have been cool to see what they had to offer. But instead, we'll be facing, well, I will be facing Chev, and he's relatively new in the community, but is now regarded as one of the better wall palettes.
Oh, this is a disaster for Chev. You bring a deckhand spinner, which just completely counters that wall.
Yeah, I know Chev has a tractor beam rail fan, which is why I just removed the rails from his options. And yeah, as I was saying, Chev is probably the best or one of the best wall players right now, and I'm not surprised they decided to bring a cannon wall.
Hmm. Yeah, Chev has only one option here, and it's to wait for the Ring of Death, because they will keep survivability into ROD, and you will not. Oh, that was a nice shot. I didn't realize you had a sensor array.
Yeah, it's rebalance, and the fact that I can have extra projectile speed and range makes it very worth it on a deckhand spinner, as I don't have the maneuverability nor speed to catch up.
Are you manually firing? It seems like you are.
Right now I am, but I may switch.
Maybe
I'm
targeting.
gonna switch.
Yeah,
I'll probably
targeting on
switch.
the outermost module may be the best option for you.
I'm used to firing with the normal settings for deck cannons, but because of how much faster they are, it's hard to judge exactly how much lead I have to give them now.
Yeah, but there's a
Oh,
nice
oh,
hit.
Chev, no! Chev doesn't realize how fast those shields are and
Wow. Yeah.
misplays. That was a huge mistake, as that center module is pretty much out of the game now.
Yeah. And now he's lost 1/3 of his value in one go. Cannons are tremendously fast. There's another
Yeah,
one.
once again, that ship right there was operated by the AI, and Chev was just trying to make it run away. But even by going 140 meters per second, you can't outspeed these shots. You have to either orbit around or orbit away, but you just can't expose your rear as much anymore.
I mean, it's possible to outrun them. It's just that you need to pay a lot more attention when you do. Oh god, that's quite a lot of damage. Yeah, it just needs more effective now. Yeah, there's a dodge.
It's part of one of the reasons why I like these deckhand changes is because we've seen the speed meta and all these ships with shields performing very well, with nothing for deckhands or slower ships in place to make them as competitive. And now this is apparently switching the meta quite a bit. Yeah, it would appear that Chev now is just playing for time. He's going to
Yeah.
wait until the rod and hope that the Ring of Death takes me before it takes him.
Yeah. This is the only game left. This is the only play he has left. I'm gonna be honest, I would have gotten bored of spinning around in circles in that. Was there any, what's it called? Rail changes?
So, in some of the previous iterations of Rails, there was a buff where they would actually impact and no longer actually penetrate through shields and explode on impact, which meant they were highly effective. But due to the results of some previous tournaments, especially after that huge impact Capable had with his rail traps and tractor beam rail fans and rail kite, it was deemed that such a buff was not necessary and that rails had a very good place in the meta. I
Hmm.
mean, so many players are banning them. They are not underperforming, so they don't need a balance change.
Hmm. That could be true, but it could also be changed simply to change the game. For example, you can give them a longer reload speed but an increase in DPS. Just simple changes like that.
That could be done as well. The way we function for Rebalance is we only apply changes through community feedback from Excelsior. And so far, nobody has requested anything in particular for Rails. The only change that was removed was this impact explosion that Rails had on shields.
Hmm. And back to manual fire.
No, no, this is AI. Uh, as we saw at first, I tried manual firing, but I'm clearly not used to how much I have to lead these shots when they're going so fast that I'm letting the AI fire for me.
Yeah. That's a nice salvo, but Chev just stops flying and just lets it coast for a second, and they just completely miss.
Yeah, it's a smart play on his part. He's trying to deplete my ammo.
He's flying too close for comfort here. Uh-oh.
Except I have my deck cannons on two separate keybinds, and that time I targeted half my deck cannons to fire first, let Chef slow down, and then I fired the second half.
Hmm. That was clever. There it is again. But he still kept a tiny bit of movement speed just for the second one. The ROD is closing in very rapidly, so Chev is actually playing this out properly for what he would consider his win condition.
I am down to about a third of my ammo. So Chev is running out of ground to run around, and time.
Oh, you just released the armor?
Yep, at this point, that armor is doing me more harm than good as I just can't keep up,
I
and I
see.
want to get that speed.
I did
Also,
not see
each
that.
part of that armor segment has some cockpits as well, so even if Chev destroys me, I maybe have that small chance of victory with those little halves just flying around.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous for Chev now. Wow. Okay. Only one cluster left. That's GG.
Yeah,
Wow.
well played, Chev. GG's.
And was this 1-0?
That would be 1-0.
Oh, there wasn't elevator music. I was very tempted though.
Yeah, that's the issue with these deck spinner plays. They will drag the game along.
Alright, so who bans first again? Chev. Okay, let's get this round underway.
Yeah, Chev now has to win this as its match point. If he doesn't, I'll be moving on, and if he does, we'll be playing a third match afterwards.
Okay, so you brought your deckhand spinner once again, and he has brought
He brought a
that.
CG Alpha. That is. probably a great choice against a DC spinner.
Yeah, you are in danger here. I wonder if it's worthwhile for you to detach your defensive core to gain speed against it. What's it called? The ring.
So right now, what I'm thinking about doing is once Chev is enraged to ram me, I'm probably just going to detach my armor and let him
Yeah.
fly into it.
Yeah, that was my. That would probably be the best strategy you have here. Not much else you can do. Just that pure DPS that Chev has here. Oh, he's firing. His his boosters weren't ready though. There they are. Oh, that's actually a very good split for you. But he still has caught you.
But he has to go through so much armor here.
Maybe you'll be able to survive, but
Oh,
it
but
is looking
those
unlikely.
chain guns, oh, they are destructive.
Yeah, wow. Okay, your ship is basically gone. But that was a really nice bounce. Oh, and he's out of ammo.
And now Chev is out of ammo, granting me free range to just slowly chip away at his reactor now.
Yeah, and that's GG
That was
basically.
incredibly close. If I hadn't removed my shell and tried to use it as cover, in a straight up ram, he would have drilled through and I'd be dead by now. That was incredibly close.
Yeah, that was extremely close. And there's the reactor, and there's the match. GG.
GG's. That was really terrifying. Alpha CGs, they have so much DPS.
Yeah, and now you've made it to the final. Now we have Plous and Rift in our next match. We're, we're both pinging them both in tournament chat and tournament announcements.
They have been summoned.
The summoning.
Wow, and instantly showing up at the same time. That
Yeah,
coordination right there.
think they were planning it the whole time. Well, that's likely not true. Okay, Plous bans first.
I know, as Rift has been discussing about her ships on Excelsior for a while, that since the last tournament, she has made a few new builds. So just like Blouse, they have a good variety in their fleet, which means that even if they ban some of the better weapons, they've got some good secondary build to make do.
Yep. Okay, now we're waiting for Plous. Plous has been extremely versatile this whole tournament. You can never know what he's going to bring.
I mean, yeah, you take away Plouse's rails, sure, he will bring some cannon squibs or maybe a flak or cannon wall. It just you don't know what he'll bring. This guy can pull out an ace out of nowhere.
Something you've never seen him use in his life, and he will beat you with it. And Plous has brought another alpha chain gun, and Rift has brought a TB pike, basically. A TB with a horn.
Thing is, in this particular case, because Plaus's horns are so much longer than Rift's, and the fact he has boosts, I'm not sure if Rift will be able to prevent Plaus from getting that ram at the start. That's going to be really sketchy. She's going to have to pull off some great maneuvers.
Hmm. Rift needs to escape the first ram, and that's going to be it. And Plous is shooting off his horns.
I'm actually surprised he's choosing to do so. As now Rift can easily push him away, I want to say.
No, he's done that because Plous has chosen to. Oh, Pitbug. What did we do?
Pip-bug, as in she can't target because Plaus's chain gun smoker was placed and reversed?
Yep.
Oh, well, I mean, that's against the rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just unsportsmanlike, as it prevents one opponent from being able to target the second. But maybe this will still work out for Rift? She needs to push the other side now. She's glued on that right side, but she has to use her tractor beams to push the left side away.
Okay, there was a flip. Maybe Rift will be able to survive the DPS for just long enough. She seems to be doing okay for now, but that's a very dangerous situation.
Oh, Rift's reactor is so exposed! And damaged as well. Maybe one more tick or two, and those chain guns would have nailed her reactor, but Plaus is now stuck against the asteroid and out of ammo,
Wow.
and the reactor gets detonated. Hot damn!
Okay, so it seems that the Pitbug wasn't at all of a detriment.
Yeah, instead of targeting with that small window that appears on the top right when you're using Pip, she probably just manually targeted, and it worked out. She defeated the chain gun rammer.
Yeah.
That rotation came in clutch, as that her reactor was down to like 2,000 or like half HP.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let Rift choose if they want a rematch because they won that match. If Pitbug is used again, we're going to cancel the match and we're going to make them choose a separate ship. And if they repeat it again, I think we're just going to give the point to the person who didn't use it.
That's only fair, as like to quickly explain to those watching, Pitbug is the fact that normally a little window appears on the top right when you select an opponent's ship, and you can target components on it. However, while building it, there's a bug with the game where if you reverse your ship, you put it upside down and change the flight direction, the game freaks out and doesn't let you target components, or at least if you target one, it will change the selection to something completely elsewhere on the vessel, which is why it's a little frowned upon.
Yeah. But hopefully Plous has banned rails, Rift has banned rails too, so there's going to be no rails at all. So we'll see what happens. Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's get into it. Before we see what they have, I'm gonna bet Plaus is going to bring back his cannon swarm.
Or
As Rift,
oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead, I cut you off.
I was also thinking he might just bring his chain gun rammer again, but it's inverted, so that's not possible.
Alright, so Plaus using an Iron Rammer in Rift with a missile birder with some EMPs as preloaded projectiles.
Yeah, those EMPs might be devastating if they get around quick enough.
Yeah, how does it work exactly again? If sufficient amount of EMPs strike the
Oh,
same area on a ship, they kind of pierce and deal an exponential amount of
Rift
electromagnetic pulse or
has
something.
completely disregarded the EMPs.
Oh, thing is, plous is closing in the distance, and Rift is actually now she's loaded again.
Oh, that's
Oh,
an
but
auto
she
fire.
fired one volley in the void. She fires a second volley in the void. Oh, this is not good. She
That's a
hasn't
third.
targeted plous. Three volleys in the void.
Okay, that's a fourth. I'm not sure why Rift chose to get rid of the EMPs.
Oh, what happened? Look at Plus's ship. The shields went down. One volley went straight down the barrel, and then a second. He's lost a large shield and an ion emitter.
Wow, okay.
I mean, this is the first time we've seen this matchup of missiles versus an iron rammer, and usually you see them just tanking the HE missiles for a long time to spread the damage and force their opponent to waste their ammunition. But I think Plous misjudged and had both volleys go straight down the same spot and penetrated.
Yeah, wow. Tremendous damage.
Not only that, is that in the long run, this is going to be a huge issue as once all of his front armor is gone, he has to rely on his heavy shields to tank those missiles, but with only three of them on the one side, I'm not sure if they can tank those volleys forever now.
Especially when it being the very internal shield. The shield that covers the barrel most. There goes. Wow, okay.
You know what? I think Plous may have overlapping issues, where in the very center of his ship,
Core is
his...
gone.
Wow, that's a lot of prisms destroyed.
It nearly chain reacted to the bottom, but narrowly it didn't.
Yeah, you can see that he's done some good design for damage control, making sure the prisms don't chain react.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying, normally you want your shields to have sufficient overlap in the middle, but apparently only one or two are protecting that very center, and a couple missiles just made it through when they went down. Or unless he's just extremely unlucky.
Maybe.
But to be fair, that last volley of missiles that made it through the shields and destroyed the prisms was probably the best outcome that could have happened. Because if they had hit the reactor or more shields, that would have been a bigger problem. Because even
Yeah.
with a reduced amount of DPS, Plous just needs to withstand the volleys of HE missiles until Rift runs out. He can even win with a single ion prism. He just needs to keep his reactors and shields.
Yeah, not with that hit. Oof.
Yeah, he needs to quickly fly away now. Or use Rift as cover from her own missiles.
Why wouldn't Plous just directly run on the front? Does he not have enough DPS to drill through in time?
Not anymore. Without... Oh, something else we'd see is sometimes players removing their front armor and then aiming the prisms to drill in a specific spot to quickly destroy the opponent's Morbiter. But Plous did not have explosive charges and probably didn't want to spend the time to remove the armor.
Yeah, but Plous is actually not utilizing six of his ions actually. Maybe they're just not set to auto fire?
So the way it works is that since players are trying to optimize their ships more and more, they want to make sure that the crew can prioritize the shields in terms of batteries, and the prisms at the top are set to fire at target, so they will only turn on once the target's in front.
Uh-huh.
To make sure that there's always more than enough batteries in this reactor to supply the shields.
Ah, I understand. Fire at target is very interesting though. Why wouldn't you just set it to fire at will, so when there's something to shoot at, it'll shoot at it?
Yes, sorry, my bad. Fire at will.
Now we're just going to play Ring Around the Rosie while Rift pelts Plous from halfway across the asteroid.
If I was Rift right now, I'd just go to the center. There are no
What
asteroids. It's
was
plain
that?
open
The
space, and she can.
AI for the missile is being very stupid.
Oh yeah, whole entire volley just struck that asteroid. Oh, another missile made it through, dealing a little bit of chip damage.
Huh. Are they clipping through because of subtext? Because there's no subtext, it's literally just skipping through where the shield is?
I don't think so. It's just at that very center, there may be some shield overlap issues
Oh
when.
yeah, that's it. There's only one shield in that very tiny area, so once the
Mhm.
shield go down, it'll just fire the rest through there.
Yeah, Plaus got unlucky earlier, where it was 2, 3, or 4 missiles who made it that made it through. I think Rift understands the situation now, is it indeed just going to take the center, forcing Plaus to come after, away
But
from the
that
asteroids.
is not a good idea for Plous. He has no tools to deal with it.
Oh, but Rift is now out of ammo. She has. I think she misjudged just how much storage she had. She can no longer fire. Those were her last volleys.
Ooh, she's still firing. I don't know why she is. She should be preserving her shots.
Yeah, now she has maybe those missiles that you see in the launchers. Those are the very last ones she's had. She has. She will no longer be able to produce more with the factories.
That is a disaster.
I think this entire time, after seeing her missiles managing to penetrate through the shields, she tried to push her advantage and kept chasing,
There you are.
but not paying attention.
That was a nice hit.
It
Rift is trying to
was.
capitalize with a second volley, but I think Plous is just going to evade them.
That's the last one. She's out.
She has maybe 2 or 3 stray missiles, but that's it, yeah.
Honestly, unless she manages to secure a ram, and then by some miracle those missiles arc around and hit that reactor directly, I think this is game. Plaus can
There's the
just
last 4
simply ram her.
missiles. But, as of now, maybe Rift can use her armor to roll back and forth until the ROD for 3 minutes, and then use her shields.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at Plaus's ship, trying to determine how much DPS he has left, because we've had another tournament the other day, where we saw an Iron Rammer just not being able to get through a shield
Look at
array.
that.
But I think he's got enough, especially if he rams Rift from behind.
Yeah. That's a
Yep,
disaster.
Rift is out of options. Those ions are just going to drill straight through that reactor, and it's going to be over.
And that's 1-1.
GG's. Hot damn. Yeah, I really think Rift just got caught up in the moment and didn't realize she was running out of ammo.
Yep, and now Plous bans once more, and Rift bans after. No, is it Rift first? Or is it Plous first? Plous first, evidently.
Yeah, both players sticking with their choices, just not wanting to deal with rails.
That makes sense. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, final match. Whoever wins here will move on to the finals.
All right. So Rift has brought a chain gun rammer. This is very similar to Rift's, almost identical actually.
To Luna's, you mean?
Yeah. And that is a cannon swarm.
Yeah, I think we are about to witness a repeat of that match we've seen previously of Luna's chain gun rammer versus plous. It's once again going to come down to whether or not Rift is able to spin enough and make sure those little squibs don't get behind her, because that will spell disaster.
I'm not entirely sure though. This is just going to be either a massacre or it'll end up in a narrow victory.
Oh, by the way, something else of interest. As we can see on Rift's ship right now, she's got a layer of structure at the edge. Now, we know that cannons, the projectile only spawns at the end of the barrel. And if they ram a tile, they're able to shoot through it. So she's added a layer of structure that receives less damage from projectiles and also prevents the cannons from glitching through the layer of armor.
That's interesting. My question is why wouldn't she just use 1x3s all the way along to save money?
Just for the durability, I think. Having more specific square tiles have more HP than 1x3s.
That's a lot of wasted ammo for a single tiny ship.
I don't think she's too worried about the ammo. We know that chain guns are highly ammo efficient. If
Yes.
she can even clip a few of them every time she fires, that's a win for her. Oh, but she doesn't rotate here.
Wow.
But the squibs impact each other.
Oh, there's one there though. Look at it.
Yeah, there's one directly behind. She's gotta keep spinning, but she's trying to go the other way.
GG.
Yep, GG's. The cannon swarm showing once again its superiority versus rammers.
Yeah. Okay, Blaze, it's your turn.
Yeah, looks like we'll be going into our final series of matches for tonight. I will be facing off against plous.
Now, do I consider this a best of 3 or a best of 5? I will ping a tournament chat. And I won't ping. Oh, 1 second, I'll move you in a moment. Alright,
Yeah, plous has fixed his chain gun rammer.
and we should be on the road.
So nobody in particular has replied to whether or not we should do a best of three or best of five.
Yeah. Hmm. Um, we'll consider it a best of five just for a little bit of additional content.
Works for me. Well, Plus has banned Rails, and so will I.
All right, just put it in chat there so he's aware. Well, this is going to be a very tense fight. It's going to be probably the two most people likely to win the tournament put up against each other in the finals. Well, it makes sense in hindsight, but still going to be a very good fight either way.
Yeah, I mean, we've both banned some of the most powerful archetypes out there, but Plous and I have ships with every other single weapons in the game.
Yeah,
Anything, I have no idea what he might bring. He could bring a flag wall, he could bring those cannon squibs again.
I
He
haven't.
could just go for a kite. I haven't seen him use a kite in a while, but he could just bring that
Yeah,
as well.
I have not seen a single bit of PD this tournament.
Now, PD is already not used much in regular tournaments, just because players have learned to just simply dodge missiles. But with Rebalance, it was considered that HG missiles being countered by PD isn't exactly great game balance, as that's the single weapon that can be hard countered by another component. And so PD have been given a cooldown timer once they fire for too long, which is another reason why people might not use it.
Well, another idea could be is that just allow PD to do the exact same as Flag.
As in,
Let them shoot down lasers and
uh,
lasers and such.
yeah, but then that might push Flak out of its own little zone. It's known for doing that. I'm not sure
Though,
Walt would be very interested.
though in that case, you can say Flag is also more versatile than PD because it's able to target while while also being able to put out damage. Like it's just more effective as an offensive and defensive weapon than PD, which is more strictly based on defense.
That's true. So right now, Plaus has brought an MRT nuke orbiter with lots of large shields. That thing goes about 200 meters per second.
But yeah, that is an extremely fast ship. The swarmers just can't keep up. It's just a bit of gambling with if he can kill them all before running out of nukes.
Yeah, if I manage to somehow get one single squib through those shields and it hits a reactor, that's going to be a big problem for him. So he needs to just keep doing these boom and zoom tactics of just shooting those nukes and then running. Yeah, we can see that Plaus is trying to bait me to boost. He wants me to waste it.
I see, but I would presume now would be a great time to boost in all honesty, but you're being particularly cautious about it. That was a weird boost time. Gonna.
And the game is not doing anything.
Huh?
So
What
I
happened there?
boost. I don't know. I boosted and gave a trajectory command, and it just didn't move.
Oh, it's the case of the ship tries to turn before moving.
Right. Oh, that's going to be an issue here. Yeah, I am quickly running out of squibs here.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. They're just losing forces, and you have no way to counteract it. I do feel that you're piloting a little bit passive here, though. You're more or less just letting him pelt you with nukes. Well, but whenever he comes in, you could just boost after him and pressure him way out towards that ring of death. Oh, the cannon are firing.
They are on fire at will, but I guess the fact that he's just so fast makes it the cannons are having a hard time keeping up.
Oh, it's probably the momentum boost saying, well, I mean, it's moving that much faster than me, my cannons will never hit it, so it doesn't even try. All of your ships are defanged.
Not all of them. I still have one or two wood cannons.
We have two.
Something else I have to be very wary about is the 90% rule victory. If he destroys too many of my vessels, I could lose even if I have one or two left.
Yeah, your cannons are burning off your single cannon one. There's no proof on that, so you have two. You really just have two cannon ships, and now you have one cannon ship with three boost.
Yeah, looking clear see that I'm not used to this swarm, as every time I'm getting an order to change direction, they're trying to all get set up before firing or before moving, and that just cost me some more squibs here.
Right. So Plous seems to be running low on ammo. Maybe see this? Oh no, he has quite a bit. It's just that it's just not reloading. Yep, and there's your last cannon ship gone. Now you're just completely defined, and the only thing you can do is stall for the ring of death in the center.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, you have two more rounds to redeem yourself either way. Not the end of the world just yet. I am zoomed
And
out.
there goes a 90%
Yeah,
victory.
2 ships left. That's it. GG. All right. Now that is 1-0 to Plous. Plous is just taking his time here, and we're on our way.
Yeah, both of us have locked our ships. Let's find out if we have brought counters or if we've got a fair matchup. Oh, he's coming back with the same ultralight once again.
And you have brought?
It can wall.
This may be a more equal match. However, he still leaks faster than you, so this might not go well for you.
Yeah, I go about 140 meters per second, and he can reach almost 200.
I think it's 192 or something on that ship. In the rebalance, though, he may be slower because of the shielding.
Right, yeah, that's something else. The shield density has been moved from the density of a tile to the density of a armor block. So he should lose about 10, 20 meters per second.
Oh, he's already behind you, and you have nukes. I did not see that. There are some well-hidden nukes.
Yeah, and he lost nothing. That was a big, big loss for me right there, where I lost a bunch of sisters.
No. Well, no, he has lost nothing. It's just that he
Oh,
detached
he's
about
lost. I
4%.
lost a lot. I lost a couple thrusters on the edge of my ship.
Yeah. He just intentionally removes every single crew. That was a really interesting. That was a good fling, but he missed. Yeah. Plus is really good at flinging the nukes.
But this time, my small shields take it, and I don't take more damage.
The standard cannons very quickly sneak up on Plus if he's not paying attention. Oof. That is not a good hit at all.
Nope, not at all. That time, those nukes managed to detach one module from the rest of my ship.
Oh, camera, I forgot that doesn't do that anymore. I turned off edge panning so I could flick up and down without it seamlessly. It's a very dynamic fight.
Well, the thing is, the cards are firmly in Plaza's hand here, as he's got the speed to dictate the pace of the battle, and I just can't catch up or get away.
Oof, that was close. I think I can safely say which one you're piloting now.
Yeah, well, the last one that has all the huge thrusters left on it.
Oh, you caught up. Getting a few hits in here and there,
But he
but
can spin off easily. Again, that ship
wow.
is so fast that just by rotating, he can bounce off.
The large shield coverage on the back of that ship isn't perfect though. You could use your nuke right now. Oof.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. He took out a bunch of my shields.
And there goes the cannons too.
Yep, I am now out of offensive weaponry.
Maybe you could switch to the other one. Maybe a bit slower, but it still has weapons. Oh, sitting in the middle with that one may actually be clever. Oh, you're abandoning the one that's in the ROD?
No, it was stuck on the rock, and I was giving it new orders.
Ah, I see. There may be a little bit too much commentator bias here.
Yeah. Unless Rod destroys Plow's first now, I think this victory is firmly within his grasp.
Yeah, I think this is his match to win now. It's very fun to just see suplexing nukes into the back of your ship.
Yeah, with half the thrusters gone on it, it was a sitting duck. But I wonder how many nukes Plows has left now. This might be his last volley.
Let me see. Hmm.
Probably shouldn't tell me though.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, this has not gone well for you so far. The ultralight ship is performing exceedingly well for its decreased speed. After nearly
Oh,
the
and
orbital
that
use of armor.
volley is going to miss,
Yep.
which means that Plows is out of ammo too. At least I think so.
Well, that's fair enough. All we need to see now is if we're plan to hit.
Oh, but I also have Electro Bolters, so with the Ring of Death damage, if I take down shields, maybe I can still damage him here.
Oh, not a good ram at all.
Oh wait, no, he still has good. He has nuke still. This is not good for me.
Yeah, he still has nukes. Not sure how many, but he certainly has nukes still. I'm surprised that Plous didn't employ a ram cage on his ship.
He just wants to have a pure speed build. He doesn't think that the structure is worth the loss of speed.
What? It's 0.2 meters a second. Oh, the two standard cannons.
Yeah, still got some cannons on that ship. Just
Any
two of them
fire?
though.
No fire. Well, that was a lucky hit. Yeah, Plous is actually in danger here. Let me check. Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. You might have just barely won this fight. Some crew problems are happening in the center thrust module for Plous. Just slowly sapping away its HP until there's no more. Wow,
And
okay, that's
wow,
GG.
GG's, wow. Yeah, this was a pure case of him running out of ammo and me being just lucky enough to still have some electro bolters.
Yeah, that's 1-1.
Still a log, it's so painful to watch.
Yep, that was 10 minutes of my life. Three more sets to go. We'll see how it heads out for the last three rounds.
Right, Plows and I both have to win the next two matches, or we'll still have to play one or two afterwards.
Okay, let's go.
Yep, third match. Let's go. Let's do it. And he has brought a different variation of his ultralight nuke orbiter, a slower one, which has structure this time at the front,
Hmm.
but it's
And
a lot slower.
a weird crew attach mechanism.
Looks like, yeah.
You're not able to rush?
No, I also have crew that needs to fly from some crew quarters all the way up to the chain
Yep,
guns.
time for you to go.
This match is going to be determined on whether or not Plous can bait me into boosting and missing him. If I do, I no longer have the maneuverability, and he can easily just employ some hit and run tactics and shoot nukes.
That ship is able to do 156 even in the rebalance mod. It's impressive.
Yeah, I think it goes about almost 165 without the rebalance.
Hmm. I'm not sure why he uses a bridge instead of two control rooms. Oh, that's an auto fire.
And that was extremely poorly executed from me. I just boosted and fired, so I am
You're
in
dead.
deep trouble here now.
And your chain guns are stuck on. Not for long though. You still have quite a bit of your clip left. But you don't have the speed or time to execute it. Yeah, this is not good at all.
Nope, he's got straight shots from my reactor, and there it goes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I will not make this last any much longer. I have no more thrust. I am out of the game, so Plaus will take this victory. Well played.
Ah, so you consider so you forfeited?
Yes, I forfeited. I even dead in the water. I can no longer move. It's just a matter of time of him slowly shooting his nukes to my two separate command modules.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd never consider forfeiting at a tournament. Some what they call magical event might.
Oh, I 100% agree. But when you have no thrust and you're just dead weight, there's not much you can do, sadly.
Mm, debatable. Even if you can't do anything, there still is a chance of some Black Swan event happening and completely ruining the enemy ship. Blaze, what weapon are you banning?
Oh, right. Yeah, my bad. Rails once again. Looks like
I,
I'm going to keep repeating this choice.
I don't think either of you like rails very much.
It's just one of those weapons where if you don't ban it, he could bring a kite, or he could bring a TB rail or a spinner, all of which play at different speed and have different possibilities. It's just way too much to manage, and it's too much of a risk.
So it's just such a versatile weapon.
hmm That it is, no question about it. So right now, if Plaus wins this match, he will be crowned the tournament victor, correct?
Um,
He
one,
needs to
two,
win three
yes.
matches out of five, yes.
He wins this, he wins the whole thing. You need to win two to win the whole thing.
Here we go. Let's find out.
Right. See how it goes. This is match point. Deck Cannon Spinner versus Ultralight Nuke. This is very much. I'm not sure. You know, this still might be Plous to win. But if you play this right, you very much can control the fight as well. I'm not sure.
So what I'm betting on right now is the deck cannons now fire projectiles are so much faster. I'm hoping it will be enough to catch up to Plow's ship. But then again, if he's able to dodge correctly, he can just fly at me, dump nukes, penetrate my outer shell of armor, and then just go in a different direction to just reload and repeat.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely able to hit him. I wonder if it's going to be consistent though. Ah, Blaze, I'd like to ask you, would you be up to stream Rift versus Chev as the final match after this to figure out who comes in third?
Yeah, that could be a pretty awesome match to watch. I'm down to do it.
Ah, wow, you're managing to dodge nukes.
So the thing is, Plaus knows that if he gets close enough to get those perfect lineups, I can get some really good volleys into him. So he's trying to fire from the very edge of his firing arc.
That's not working for him though. Oh, one nuke collided. That's a nice hit.
Yeah, that was a very nice hit right there.
Now Flash just shoots now, goes for the gap, and completely misses again.
A deck cannon spinner dodging nukes at 40 meters per second.
Yep. You heard it here first. It's almost as good as missing a stationary target. Just the deck cannon turning speed isn't up to up. It just isn't quick enough. That was also a really good hit.
That
Wow.
was really good. Now I'm exposed in that area.
Oh, he had using his single small laser. You're in danger now, Blaze. Yeah, he decided against shooting his nukes there. What if he damaged your spinning? What if he damaged the structure cage?
If she damages structure cage, my inner structure cage, I will have problem spinning my inner module, which is not a great position for me.
Oh, there's another long range salvo. Wow,
Oh,
flew
and
through.
that practically hits my backside. That could have been a devastating blow to my reactor.
He might just split you in half. Oof! Wow. Yeah. He seemed
And
to crit
he
you on half.
does so pretty much. I stopped spinning trying to get that one volley, but the shields took it. And
Yep,
that's the game. Well played.
yeah, that's
Congratulations to
GG.
Plous.
You can still stall with the weird DC spinner segments.
I can try. We'll see. Oh, look at Plous's backside. One of my volleys was very close to
Wow.
destroying that bridge.
Yeah, that was the Black Swan event that could happen. Never count yourself out until the game is over. You still have one working deck cannon.
That's true. Although I don't think he's going to fly straight at me. Or straight at that pile of junk.
What is he doing?
He's starting to run out of ammo, I think, so he doesn't want to waste a nuke.
No, he has two, three syllables left. Oh, he's waiting for a ring of death, so that's basically it. He chose not to risk it, and he's just going to sit in the middle and wait for you to die. This would be the point where you would consider forfeiting, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can somehow use the momentum of my ship
Oh,
to...
yeah, you can multi-brain it by swinging yourself.
That's what I'm trying to do. Not sure if I
You're
can.
pushing yourself into the ring of death by spinning in that orientation. Oh, he's booping you into the ring of death. Yeah, now you're just turning yourself in.
Since I don't have any thrusters on the opposite edge, I can't exactly
Yeah,
turn. Yeah, and there, with that one gone, this is over.
yep, that's it.
um, we could sit here for another few minutes until the ring of death destroys me, but I think I will hand Plastic's victory. I'm not going to make
Yep,
people wait. Congratulations, man.
that's all, folks. GG. Well, congratulations for Faust for winning the tournament. Now we just need Rift and Chev in here for the third place. Right, Klaus, shoe.
Wins the tournament, gets kicked out.
Can you ping what's it called? And Chev too.
Yep, pinged them both. There we go.
Oh no. If you look in tournament chat, that's just defining this so far. Hey, look, guys, plous won another tournament. Isn't that cool?
Hey, to be fair, Game Night won the January tournament, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, Rift and Chev. We know that Chev is a great wall palette, and Rift dabbles in a bit of everything.
Hmm. Who bans? Who has the higher seed? Rift has seed 1, so they will always ban first. No, Rift has seed 3. I lied. No small cannons. Very specific ban. You know, I'd love to participate in a tournament, but I don't see how I'd cast and play at the same time.
Unfortunately, I don't have the computer required to stream, so I can't do that as well.
Hmm.
Last time I tried streaming, it was a lag fest.
That's no problem. Okay, no small cannons and no rails.
Oh, both our contestants are ready. We can jump straight in.
Here's to the final matches of the tournament.
Best of three or
Yep,
best of five?
best of 3.
All right. All right, so Chev bring a tractor beam railfan with a central horn meant to count to rammers, and Rift using that same chain gun rammer.
Yep, it's a rammer versus the rammer counter. This can only go well. Hmm.
I really think that if Rift spins up her chain guns early on, targets that explosive charge, maybe she could still secure the ram, just because of how much DPS it has.
That is 4 2x1s though.
Yep, here comes the TB rail, pushing that hook. She detaches them so that Chip doesn't spin her out of place, but now it's going to be quite difficult. Oh, actually using the horn to her advantage here.
Oh, yeah, can't last like that forever though.
But she's losing ramp up on the right side. If Chef retargets the tractor beams as he's doing now, he's going to flip Rift. He's got a shot.
And he misses.
Not exactly. He misses the command room, but takes out half of his thrust as that entire side can no longer be supplied with power.
Yeah, and there's the control room. That's it.
Yeah, Rift now has to turn off a bunch of components to regain control of the vessel. As if a command room gets destroyed, she loses command points. But she prefers to forfeit the match, granting Chef the victory.
Hmm. She still had a chance of winning there. I'm not entirely sure why she forfeited.
With all of her back thrust cut off and losing a command room, I think Chev was going to be able to just continuously flip her over.
I suppose it is disheartening to be in a very bad situation like that, but never forfeit in a tournament, in my opinion.
I mean, you did say if there was one time to forfeit in the tournament, it was when I had my shells of armor just sadly staying in place in space.
Yeah, especially when they're just going to wait for you in the Ring of Death, which was not a possibility there. Oh, that's all I dropped. If there is no way for you to get to the middle and the enemy is waiting for you to go to the middle, that's when you forfeit. All right, second round.
Yeah, match point. If Rift loses, Chev will take third place. Okay, so Rift this time bring a different form of rammer, and Chev going for something completely different.
Brought in the Voider with about 5 minutes worth of setup, so I'm not sure how that's going to work in the tournament.
You know what? All that
That's
crew is
pretty
already
fast.
inside.
Now you just need to shoot it off. Very fast, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of those extreme variants where there are absolutely no crew quarters on the ship. He still has a
Yeah.
few of them, and only the suppliers for the engines and weapons have been detached.
Hmm.
So in this situation, Rift has to somehow manage to focus her ion beams on a single point to try to bring down those large shields, because... Oh wait,
Mines.
Shiv has mines! I didn't realize.
Yeah, this is a disaster.
Yeah, this is going to be very daunting for Rift, because if a single mine gets through that barrel and arms itself just after bypassing the shields, that's going to destroy all of her internals. But here we see in effect the graphic changes from the Rebalance mod, where we can actually see the mines.
And the very large increase in laser DPS.
That is correct. Laser blasters were given a buff so that they have
I think it's
mm,
40%.
yeah, that's it.
40% more DPS, so it is extremely cost effective in terms of DPS now.
So Rift has to quickly find an answer to this situation because as he's chasing after Chev, he launches mines as
There's the
he's done right
mines.
now.
Arm.
Oh,
Wow.
they
Yeah.
bypass the shields. They arm just after, completely splitting Rift in half. Well played.
Yeah, and that's GG.
Yeah, Chev taking the third place of this tournament. Congratulations. I mean, against regular avoiders, you often see Iron Rammers focusing a point and not letting the avoider destabilize their ship by making them lose ramp up one side. But with mines being launched as well, Rift had to make the decision between continuously focusing her fire or taking the risk of those mines getting inside her ship like we just saw, and that was game.
Yeah, well, that's all. Now that concludes the tournament.
Yeah, big thanks to everyone watching, and we will catch you all next time for the next tournament next month.
We kind of forgot about something.
Not quite, yeah. Since we have now reached the end of the tournament, we have a little something in store that we would like to show everyone.
Hmm. Well, what is it? Let me find it here, actually, one moment.
So while Slowking is getting that set up, the Accessible community partnered with someone, Discord user called Pony, have been hard at work at developing a website to be used as a library for ship designs and available to everybody in the community.
Here
One
we
that
are.
has, yep, okay. I'm still seeing, okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's a very large ship database with all sorts of ships on it. Career, casual, competitive, anything really.
Yeah, and what's great is that we have two sections. A general section, open to the public. Everyone can upload anything. You want to upload some funny smiley ships or some beautiful aesthetic designs, uh, just anything random. You're free to do so, just like the Steam Workshop. And then for those who are more interested in PvP, we have an Excelsior section where competitive players can upload their best meta designs. So there's something for everybody.
Yeah, it's a really cool database, and you could find a lot of inspiration on it.
Because the main reason why this was developed is how the Steam Workshop is just a huge pain to use to navigate and find ships. You can't sort them by weapon type. You can't sort them by whether you want a good ship for career, PvP, or just an aesthetic design. All you can see are the last ships of the month or the most popular ones, but there are no keywords that you can use. Whereas on this ship library, you want to find ion ships, just type ion prism or ion emitter, or where you can then select the tag, and the website will show you every available vessel on the website.
Yep. For example, I can go bidirectional thrust and put that in there as a tag and put the price between 750,000 and 1.5 mil, and I will narrow down the search by quite a lot.
And something else to take into account is that this website is a work in progress. Everything that you see now may be changed in the future. Pony is still actively at work on it, and we are still trying to get feedback from the community to improve it.
Yep. It's a very cool resource. A lot of Luna ships here.
Yeah, yeah, right now I think you're sorting by most recent. Yeah. So there's a bunch of those purple ships from Luna. So yeah, Ed, something else. If you have some players that you enjoy watching and that you like their ships in the tournament, you will most likely be able to find their ships on that website.
That's true. As long as they upload them, that is. No guarantees that they may or may not upload it, but I certainly hope everybody does.
hmm And I know for a fact that, for instance, our tournament victor from tonight, Plous, has a lot of his variant ships on that website.
Yeah, it's a very good resource, and I'd recommend looking into it. Well, that's all we can say, really.
Yeah, well, once again, to everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Take a look at the archive ship library website. I'm sure that the link will probably be posted in the video's description, and we will see you next time.
Right. See ya.